Up next, new biking programs put Montgomery County, Maryland on the map. Bikes are a big thing here in the county, and their presence is growing fast. Cheaper than a car, good for fitness, and a way to cut down on pollution. No wonder people want bikes as part of a healthy community. The county currently has about 500 miles of designated bikeways. There are more than 250 miles on our streets, bike lanes and shoulders, shared use paths, and regular roads that can accommodate bikes. There's another 250 miles of trails, both paved and natural surface, in federal, state, and local parks. And more bikeways are coming. The Montgomery County Master Plan calls for 700 miles to be built in the future. So for this episode of Parks Wreck and Roll, we're focusing on pedal power. Let's start with a new GIS project that brings together bike lanes, webcams, topography, and more to help you get from point A to point B.
The map automatically shows more detail as you zoom in.
Then, using our GIS coordinates, we'll travel to the new BMX pump course at South Germantown Recreational Park.
If you can get up the proper speed and hit the line, you can pull 3 Gs in one of these berms.
And getting each berm right, you've got to it's a blend of art and science.
Next, the Washington Area Bicyclist Association teaches our littlest bikers how to ride. Forget about training wheels and holding on to the back of the seat. There's a new lesson in town. And then we'll visit a bicycle rodeo? After that, we'll find out about a program that takes old bikes and gives them a new lease on life.
We're Bikes for the World, and our commitment is to help people help themselves through providing the power of the bicycle. 24-inch mountain bike, good for Montgomery County adolescents, but perfect for a Costa Rican or Central American adult.
And we'll end the show with a bike tour of Recycle, the Art of Bike project held in Takoma Park. So hold on to your handlebars and join us at our first stop. Up on the 3rd floor of the Rockville Library sits a little-known office, the Montgomery County Department of Technology's Geographic Information Systems. Here, all sorts of maps are created for election precincts, school districts, police and fire rescue, and the best way to commute home from work.
Hi, I'm Dan Sadler. Come back with me and I'll show you the Bikeways Map. We're lucky in Montgomery County, both because we have a lot of bikeways on which to bike, as well as some technology to show you where the bikeways are. We have both a good paper map and this online tool, which has a few neat bells and whistles to help you plan out a route you want to ride. So you can zoom in on the map using the magnifying glass tools on the area you want, or use preset bookmarks. And as you zoom in, you get more detail. If you keep zooming in, you eventually get even schools labeled and shopping centers. These are valuable landmarks for cyclists. We carefully design the colors in the map. We use a program called Color Oracle to pick out colors that colorblind people would be able to distinguish from one another. Brown for off-road trails, and they're the only ones we really marked on this map, were the C&O towpath and a few major mountain bike trails. Green are off-road paved trails, And we had a thicker line for the major trails and a thinner line for some minor, more neighborhood type trails. Purple is a bike lane or shoulder where you're actually separated on the roadway from regular traffic, either a designated bike lane or a shoulder that is wide enough to reasonably cycle on. And black are shared roadways. They are just on-road cycling, whether it's a signed shared roadway or just a suggested route. Say you're considering two routes to the same place and you're unsure of what the hill profile looks like. You can hit the surface profile tool, click and drag, hit the point and click and drag your route. Say I'm considering riding down Veers Mill and I want to see how hilly it is. And there's the hill profile along that route I just clicked. If you're into topographic maps and want to see the hill profile that way, you can turn on the elevation lines, and the thick lines I believe are every 25 feet, the thin lines are every 5 feet. And you know, where the lines are closer together, it's hillier. We also added a feed to the county's traffic cams, which are shown elsewhere on the county's website. And as you can see, there are plenty of them down county. There are not quite as many up county. You can click on a traffic cam, for example, right here in the heart of Bethesda. Click on the button and you see a live feed of the traffic, which gives you an idea not only the traffic on Wisconsin Avenue there, but also the weather. Let's say you've been playing around with this app and you just found a route you want to follow, but you want to print it out or email it to somebody. What you would do is hit the print PDF widget, and you can give a title, subtitle, the page size, page layout, and hit print PDF. It generates a PDF of everything on the screen. So we also created a paper version of the map called Shifting Gears. We distributed, I think, 2,000 copies of this on Bike to Work Day last May. And basically one side just shows the upper county, not as many bikeways in the upper county as the lower county, so we zoomed in on the lower county, the other side of the map, you know, to show those in more detail. And all of these, unlike the online map, you know, every label on this map was carefully placed by a cartographer, yours truly. You know, it's a neat way to also have the map available and have it, you know, you can put this in your backpack, fold it up, put it in your backpack, and take it with you on a ride. So that's some of the information that you can get from this online application. I hope it'll help you have a great ride.
So now we've got our map, let's head north to the South Germantown Recreational Park BMX Pump Track. Here's Kelli Holsendolph from the Montgomery County Department of Parks.
I'm good. I found it. And what is a pump track?
A pump track is a series of berms and turns and little humps where a person on a mountain bike or a BMX bike is supposed to use just strictly momentum to get around the track, and it is an excellent workout for your core. A lot of these are built in people's backyards. They use them as part of their average daily workout. It was a joint effort with us and the Mid-Atlantic Off-Road Enthusiast Group, known as MORE.
This doesn't just happen. It looks like it's kind of random, but it's very strategically designed.
It's very engineered. I mean, their club, MORE, paid for the design through a guy out west who's basically wrote the book on this stuff.
If you can get up the proper speed and hit the line, you can pull 3 Gs in one of these berms. MORE is we're a local mountain biking advocacy group. We help to build and maintain natural surface trails. After we construct a trail, we'll take care of the maintenance so that you know, with the budget crises the way that they are, we help, you know, we like to put the trails in, and then we'll of course take ownership in maintaining them.
And luckily Todd was here because he's my guy that knows how to do this stuff. This is our first one ever. We had that construction project with Miracle League, which is that like youth handicap baseball, and basically they had to move quite a bit of fill to get their project in. I think we got 10 or 12 dump truck loads of really good, clean fill that was excellent to work with, and you can see it in the proofs in the pudding.
So we took the dirt from there, or
yeah.
the fill,
yeah.
and plopped it here.
Plopped it here, shaped it. You kind of strategically place the dirt so you don't have to move it 7 times. All that construction and moving with equipment equipment, there's so much extra hand labor. I mean, the shaping and everything and getting each berm right, you've got to it's a blend of art and science. You know, you got that engineering, but you also got that feel to it.
And Todd, you talked about the convenience of this being located near the HeartSmart Trail.
Yeah, absolutely. HeartSmart Trail, of course, goes around the entire soccerplex. And there are several neighborhoods that have small trails, neighborhood trails that lead to the HeartSmart Trail. When we were coming up with the location, we thought, what better place for the neighborhood kids where they can come in straight from their neighborhoods, not have to get a ride from mom or dad, get right onto the HeartSmart Trail, ride their bikes around, and then just access the pump track from there.
Let me ask you a question. This pump track, is this the only one in Montgomery County?
It is currently the only one, the first and only one in Montgomery County, at least public pump track, yes. There's no flat spaces here, okay? The idea of a pump track is basically like a sin wave, okay? You're either going up or you're going down. So as you come up one of the rollers, you compress your body, and then you push back down the other side of it. And it's just a whole series of compressions of your body. And by doing that, you're able to sit there and, like a sin wave, you're able to just roll around the entire track without having to pedal. And we have kids from 5 years old up to 45 riding the tracks. All right, so basically, as you can see, I'm sort of rocking my body up and down. And you come up and you're using your upper body, you're using your legs, you're pretty much using everything. And what this does is, not only does it provide you with a good workout, but it's also going to improve your bike handling skills, because you learn where you have to lean the bike. You learn where you have to get the wheels down for the optimum amount of traction. And the biggest thing is that you learn how to handle a turn without flying off the side of it. When it's drier and faster, you can build up quite a bit of speed. So that's basically how a pump track rides. That's it.
Here's the contact information for the pump track and our friends at Moore.
Notice he can sit on the
Up next, biking instructors Dupree and Glen take a newbie rider and turn him into speed racer.
I'm on to you.
Then we find out about 2 programs where bikes begin again.
I want to go swimming. I want to go to camp.
Fitness classes for me.
I want to play softball. Make everyone in your family happy. Call the Montgomery County Department of Recreation at 240-777-6800. Your recreation destination.
Montgomery County law requires all bicyclists under the age of 18 to wear a safety helmet when riding or being carried on a bicycle. County police highly recommend that not only children wear them, but adults as well. This includes on roadways, trails, and sidewalks. Bicyclists should follow all motor vehicle traffic rules and signs, including stopping at stop signs and traffic lights.
Welcome back. Did you learn how to ride a bike the old-fashioned way? Well, this is not your grandfather's bike lesson. Check out the newest technique to teach kids how to ride.
My name is Glen Harrison, and the education director at the Washington Area Bicyclist Association. We're a regional, state advocacy, education, and event bicycling organization.
My name's Dupree Hurd. We're going to be here to teach every day here how to ride a bike. Helmets are important. That's not quite what I'm after. You want to keep your straps on your side in place. This again is the adjust. There. Put it on over my head, just like so. So you can just barely see the visor, the top of the helmet. All right. Secondly, you should be looking at your ears. Now notice, there should be these V-straps should be going all the way around your ears. You want to make certain that the strap comes around your mouth just like so, that you can open it and close it. All right, no trouble. This is a bike with training wheels. There are no hand brakes on it. What we normally ask for parents to do is take off the training wheels. A lot of parents will go and buy their kids bikes with training wheels on them, but the training wheel just means that they don't have to balance. bad thing. All right, take off the training wheels and remove.
Basically, it's just sort of those fundamentals about balancing and the steering. You can just steer like that. Help actually teach cycling as opposed to relying on training wheels or relying on a parent running behind a kid and holding them up on the bike, which takes a long time.
Well, my dad was actually holding the seat and running after me, and he was huffing and puffing.
This is a lot easier on the parents, huh?
That's right, I like this technology.
Now we're going to take off the pedals. We take off the pedals because, again, we just want the kid to be able to balance on the bike. Now the child is free to balance at will, and hopefully we'll be able to ride on his own. He can sit on the seat, and at the same time, his heel can touch the ground. You push off with your feet at the same time, there you go, and then stop. And he's just going to coast a little bit, and then stop. Perfectly fine. Push off, good. There we go. Pushing off with both feet and stopping. All right. All you need to go is a few inches, really, up to a foot or so, 2 feet, whatever. Those are all considered victories.
Dada.
Whoa, you right there?
Yeah. Well, he has to learn that too.
Then you can start doing the walking method, where you start pushing and walking with the bike together. Then you can start walking forward to build up some speed, and then push off. Next job is to put on only one pedal. If he's left-handed, like Davide is, you want to put the left pedal on first, just like so. With the right foot, all right, notice again still, the heel is on the ground. So what we want him to do is to push down really hard with that left foot, and at the same time, push back with his right foot, and just coast. There we go. He coasts, and then he stops. Coast, 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 and then stop. Next step is to put on the last pedal onto the bike. We put on the second pedal. He's going to push off with his right foot and push down with his left. Go for it. Push. Now get your right foot up there. Oh, close. All right, here we go. Push down. There you go. Get the other foot. It's close. It's close. There we go.
Awesome.
Keep pedaling, don't stop.
So with teaching, your child how to ride a bike, sometimes it kind of blows people away that once you take the training wheels off and actually teach balancing and steering, that a young cyclist can be riding around in 30 minutes to an hour. We teach this class for adults, and sometimes they take a little bit longer.
Good job, Dada. Well, I'm really impressed. I mean, he couldn't do it when we came here this morning, and now he's just pedaling. It's really incredible.
I'm on to you. Every time I'm able to help a kid learn how to ride a bike, it's like I'm the one who's doing it over again. My first time. Ready? Time to stop. The next major thing to do, of course, is to teach your child how to ride safely. Rules of the road. Learn how to ride with people. How to be polite. How to watch out for cars. How to watch out for dangers. That kind of thing. Things both on the road, on the side of the road, and cars and other things like that.
But we also do a lot of education classes, a lot of bicyclist education. Actually see somewhere in the neighborhood of about 10,000 kids a year through our teacher training program and through direct delivery of classes and bike clinics and rodeos.
Welcome to Damascus Community Recreation Center. We are currently setting up for our bike rodeo for children in our after-school program.
I'm Xania Steele, and I am the after-school program coordinator, and the kids will be coming out shortly. Sure it's the right size for you. How do you know that it's the right size?
Right around there. Is it good? All right, are you sure?
Give me a signal before you stop.
I learned about this stopping. You should never ride a bike with a shoe untied.
So always wear your helmet so in case you fall, you don't hurt your head, and so you don't hurt your brain. And your brain, it's a good part of your body.
generally hold our bike rodeos here in the fall and spring and would love to have you join us. If you're interested, please contact us at 240-777-6930.
Are you wild about Montgomery County? Well, Montgomery County's wild on you. With more than 100 miles of trails and almost 90,000 acres of forested land, the county boasts dozens of great green getaways. These areas alleviate flooding, control erosion, provide habitat for wildlife, and recreational opportunities. Go wild in Montgomery County by exploring a new place to kayak, discovering a unique butterfly habitat, or visiting a nature center. Just check out wildmontgomery.org to celebrate nature at its best.
Rain in our cities flows into the water we drink. Plant trees in your community so the water that flows into our rivers and streams will be clean and safe. Support Tree City USA. Visit arborday.org to find out how.
King Farm in Rockville is not where you'd expect to find a barn full of bikes, unless you run into Keith Oberg.
Anyhow, these bikes we picked up, in, where did we get them? A local bicycle shop. It's actually a good bike, just needs some wheels. Bikes for the World. We are a nonprofit organization that has the mission of collecting unwanted bicycles, which exist in abundance in the United States, and we put them to productive use, either here or mostly internationally. A bicycle is a productive asset for a working person. I've been both a cyclist and I also worked overseas in Latin America. And I spent 25 years traveling to Latin America and seeing people walking miles and miles and miles to get to work, to get to school, to deliver health services. Health workers in rural communities that were going around weighing babies and doing immunizations would walk door to door. And having a bicycle would double and triple their efficiency. And we collect thousands of unwanted bicycles here in the Washington, D.C., Baltimore region. We work here on King Farm in Rockville. I think we have about 500 to 600 bikes in the barn, and they really compact well. We work with about 100 community organizations. We work with, here in Montgomery County, with a number of Boy Scout troops.
My name is Tyler Rodriguez, and I am doing an Eagle project. I'm expecting at least 50, and if I get more than that, I would be totally happy with what I have accomplished today.
I've got 3 bikes, my daughter's bikes, and they're now 17 and 15. These have been sitting in the garage, so I'm happy to donate them to the Boy Scouts.
The previous owner of this vehicle is now in college, so this is a little bit too small for him.
Thank you for donating.
We are donating 3 bikes today. They used to belong to my sons, and they've outgrown them. They like them because they were their first bikes and all that. It's time to move on.
You're gonna take this and you put it into one of these, actually a smaller. One of the big issues is people don't have transportation around the world. They don't have cars like the US, they're not as rich, they can't go out and buy cars, so they use bikes. Bikes are a main source of transportation.
Good. Good job. We're doing a collection with a church for many years, pointed out a bike that had just come in from an elderly couple, and this bicycle had belonged to their son who had died tragically about 10 years before. And they had kept that bike as a tangible link to the memory of their son. And they knew about our organization for several years. And they decided that they would bring the bike and donate it to us and put it to good use in memory of their son. And believe me, it really brought a tear to my eyes. The cycling business community is involved in this. Individual cyclists love it.
I'm doing this because I've always been kind of interested in bikes and bike riding, so I figured that helping with a charity that specializes in that would be beneficial to both the charity and to me as a worker.
We got a container coming in, a 40-foot shipping container.
There you go.
Oh, nice.
I assume that it's going to be pretty intense manual labor, but I mean, we're up for it.
We make 3 levels, 8 rows. We average about 20 bikes a row. That's 480 bikes. Here's a perfect one for Costa Rica. 24-inch mountain bike, good for Montgomery County adolescents, but perfect for a Costa Rican or Central American adult. Whereas this bike is a 26-inch diameter wheel. We put them aside for Africa, where people tend to be taller.
I guess I'm volunteering because I guess I'm pretty environmentally conscious, and I feel like this is a organization that takes both the environment and people who from different socioeconomic groups, people who really need the help, and sort of interweaves them together.
We're trying to inspire other people and build a movement of recycling and of enjoying bicycles and making a contribution, very tangible contribution to sustainable transportation and to the environment and to recycling and reuse. And Steely Dan to boot. Full to do your dirty work, oh yeah.
As it turned out, Tyler collected 47 bikes and raised $230. If you are interested in running a collection site, volunteering, or donating a bike, please go to bikesfortheworld.org. Takoma Park is known for its biking-friendly community, as well as its artists. The two rode in tandem this summer in a unique public art program.
I'm Laura Barclay with the Old Takoma Business Association, and we are in front of Recycle, the Art of Bike project in Takoma Park. The Recycle project was started to showcase the bicycling, recycling, and art cultures that are in Takoma Park, and to showcase our town center. The Old Takoma Business Association commissioned artists to create bike sculptures made out of recycled bicycle parts, and we installed them along our main street, which is Carroll Avenue in Takoma Park. And they've been installed since June and are going to be up through this weekend, when they will be auctioned off at the Takoma Park Street Festival. We've actually sold 4 to date, and the remainder will be auctioned at the festival. The sculptures after the festival, you may find them in potentially where they are today, or in people's yards throughout our community. And you can go to mainstreettakoma.org to find out where they actually ended up. The best way to see these sculptures is up close, and to get between them, we recommend that you bike.
Germinating seed.
Well, that's it for this show. Ride safely, and don't forget to wear your helmet.